law versus grace. It's not about a person's moral integrity. It's about law and grace. It's about law and grace. Why do I emphasize this? Because the law of Moses is spiritual. You can find that in Romans chapter 7. It says that the law is actually spiritual. What's this mean? Because we know that the law was all enacted or worked out in the flesh. It wasn't, you had to do stuff. Well, that doing is not a spiritual doing. It's real time in this real world doing stuff in the flesh. But the Bible says that the law of Moses is spiritual. What does that mean? Well, it's under the hierarchy of kingdom law. And one of the principles, or probably the big principle in the law of Moses, the Bible says that the strength of sin is the law. Gary Preston didn't say that. The Bible says the strength of sin is the law. Can you find where that verse is for me, please, Gloria? The strength of sin is the law. And the point that Paul has been making all the way through all of these chapters is the futility of the Christian who has good moral character, has been brought up well, who knows to do the right thing, the absolute futility of being under the law. Because a born-again Christian who is a Gentile should never, ever have experienced the law of Moses. They should go from being a sinner direct to operating in the age of grace, to being under the covenant of grace. But as we all know, the Judaizers are alive and well today, and they draw people towards going under the law. Oh, if you only do this, then, and it's teaching by implication that you're more likely to have your prayers answered. And it's a matter of doing this or doing that. And as soon as you do this, you open yourself up to the whole law, because you can't stick your big toe in the law. You're either in or you're out. And if you're in the law, then it's no longer by grace. So getting back to the topic is not walking in the spirit versus walking in the flesh. It's not that. Why? Because for anybody who is under the law, kingdom law applies. And under kingdom law, if you go down the hierarchy, it's kingdom law, and then off to the side is the law of Moses, because it was an add-on. It says, the Bible says that the law was added because of transgressions until the seed should come. You see, there's two covenants written in the Bible: the covenant of the law of Moses and the covenant of grace. So God made covenant with himself from the beginning, before he had even formed the worlds, before he had created mankind. He made covenant with himself, and that covenant was a covenant of grace. And it is an eternal covenant, and it runs eternally. The law did not counter the covenant of grace. It was an add-on. So this law of Moses empowers sin. Paul says that when before the law, my moral values counted as something, but under the law, and especially in chapter 7, you can see that under the law, I want to do this, but the things that I want to do, because I'm a morally good person, I find that I cannot do. And it's just this total frustration that the things that he wants to do, the things that he chooses to do, he cannot do. It does not mean that that person has got low moral standards. It's because they have chosen to be under the covenant of the law of Moses. It's our choice. The Judaizers can't choose for us. You can't be under both covenants. We who are in this age of grace need to be under the covenant of the grace of Jesus Christ. The New Testament of the Bible is the fulfillment of the Abrahamic covenant.